And so we're at the start of day 2 on the Ergonomics Human Factors Conference. So I thought I'd just give you a quick rundown on my thoughts on day 1. It was a really fast-paced day, but really, really enjoyable. And we had a really broad range of subjects to go and listen to and engage with. The one I engaged most with was the design thread. And we had some really interesting discussions. Dan Jenkins gave us a really good paper or case study on what he's done around the future of radiotherapy. And it's really good to see some really practical examples of human factors engagement and how human factors and design really come together. Natalie Short gave us a really good insight into a I guess preliminary study that they've done around injection devices. This is going to become more and more prevalent as people use or engaged to do a lot of their own medication. And so making sure that they're fit, able and confident in using their own injection devices is something that is ongoing and really, really useful. We then had a look at the use of ATMs and what we perceive as privacy when you're setting an ATM and people are standing behind you. And there was some really interesting concepts behind that about the difference between the screen and the actual hardware that you're using. I then sort of dipped off into the rail element for the next session, looking at these ideal transitions to and from the new coming electronic train management system. And again, that was interesting, seeing how drivers are going to have to go from an automated to a manual back to an automated approach on how they get their trains managed. Then we went into SPAD dashboards, which is essentially the people who pass the red light on railways. And again, that was interesting. They made great use of slices in Excel, so to present data in a different way, which is something quite close to my heart. With the work that we've done on social media and social media analysis, is we've used exactly the same approach in order to influence and present the data to senior managers. And then the last session of the afternoon was was back in the design and more of a military flavour. And so Will Tutton from DSTL gave us a reflection on his experience in the land domain, looking at armoured vehicle development. And then Lockheed Martin, David King from Lockheed Martin, it was his overview of a tool that they've generated to help analyse and evaluate different HMI designs. And then finally we were wrapped up with Andy Brazier from AB Risk Limited, who gave us his views from an oil and gas perspective about where we are in terms of human factors and their engagement with other people. And really a take home from him was we need to be engaging with people a lot more. His focus was on engineers, but actually I think this is much more extractable across the piece. We need to be engaged a lot more and not just be an insular discipline. Really the overall theme I got from this was that really we as human factors still suffer from, they can apply human factors and get really great benefit across the piece, but we have to be much better at trying to articulate why we need human factors, and really trying to get out case studies and trying to get meaningful numbers is a really great thing. And it was highlighted from Will Tutton that they've potentially got proof to say that for every £1 invested in human factors saves you £14 later on down the line, which for the size of projects that we tend to work on, that could be some quite considerable saving. In the evening, we then got together for the murder mystery in the county suite, and that was fantastic fun. Normally we have the quiz, which is usually a great way of getting around, getting to know people. This was something different, so it's great to see us trying something new, and it worked really well, despite the fact that I was implicated in a crime, and I was also up for a presidential election I wasn't quite ready for. Obviously I need to do more campaigning and I should have had my literature ready. But it was a really great way of engaging with people, and I think everybody who was there really enjoyed it. So today we've got, I'm going to be spending most of my time in just one thread, because we've got, I'm chairing one of the sessions this morning, and then I'm presenting my paper later on this afternoon. But then we're looking forward to later on today the inevitable poster session, which is people presenting their posters in a minute, and that's always quite good fun to watch, so I'm quite looking forward to that. So that's my quick roundup, and hopefully we'll get some more interesting insights today, and I'll try and update you in the morning.